Are you losing the game one after another? Is there no improvement in your chess game? Then this video is just for you. Today I am gonna showing you a beautiful chess trap and some new variation of that trap. What will help you to win more games against Italian game and improve your chess knowledge. So without getting late, let's jump into the game in right way. White e4, black e5, knight to f3, knight to c6 and bishop to c4. This is the initial setup of the Italian game. This is a very common opening that you will see in the most game. We are playing as black and now it's our turn. Let's throw a surprise now. We will play knight to d4. This looks like a crazy move, but I am saying this because of two reasons. Firstly, we are violating the most important principle by moving our piece twice in the beginning. And secondly, we have left our e5 pawn unprotected. And by playing this, we are entering into the Blackburne Shilling Gambit. And if our opponent have not seen this trap before and he tries to be greedy, then he will take no time and capture our pawn with his knight. And wow, he did so what we wanted. And he just got trapped. And now, this is the time to surprise him. We will bring our queen to g5 and this is double attack. Attack on knight on e5, at the same time pawn on g2. But here, white intention was knight capture on f7 and poke the rook and win it. And as now, queen also under poke, so he will get himself oversure that rook is the gift of our previous move. And at the same time, he can save the knight. But if he do that, then he will be gone. Here we will sacrifice our rook, but we will checkmate him in couple of moves. Now let's see how. After knight capture f7, we will capture the pawn on g2. Now white have to save the rook on h1. So first, rook to f1. Now queen capture e4 check, king can't move and can't block by queen because of knight. So the only move, bishop to e2 left. And now comes the killer move. Can we spot it? Yeah, knight to f3. Amazing, surprising checkmate here. Now let's see some common variation of this trick. But friends, before going to that, if you are new to our channel, then please subscribe my channel and press the bell button so you don't miss any of my videos and become a top level chess player. Now here, white instead of saving rook, if capture the rook on h8, then we will capture the rook and it's a check. And only move left, bishop to f1. Now queen capture e4 check, bishop to e2 and knight capture c2 check. Here if our opponent plays king to f1, then queen to h1, again it's a beautiful smooth checkmate. So here white has to sacrifice the beauty of the board, none other than Mr. Queen. Now let's go back couple of moves. Now in this position, if our opponent plays knight to g4, here it seems like in one move white saved the two, knight and pawn on g2, and it seems like a good move. And the question is, here how will we reply, right? Okay, d4 is enough to face it. Double attack on knight and the bishop. Obviously white will play bishop to e2. Now knight capture bishop, queen capture bishop and finally bishop capture knight on g4. And now we are a strong piece ahead, and if we play right way, we can easily win the game. Here you can think about knight to f3. It's also a good move here. But here we will capture the pawn on g2. Here white has two reply. Knight capture knight and rook to g1. Here you can think about rook to g1. Let's see what happened. After rook to g1, knight capture on f3 check. After king to e2, rook is gone. But in this position, if knight captures the knight, then queen capture rook on h1 check, bishop to f1, queen capture e4 check, knight to e2, and now look at the board. We are in better position than white. And now the most important question, what will we reply to this gambit? So, let's see the counter-attack part of this game. Here you are white and you have to reply against Blackburne Shilling trap. Now let's start. White e4, black e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4 and knight to d4. And from this position, most of the players don't know how to reply in the best way. And today, we will show you two best more standard reply to this game. But friends, if this video seems well, then please hit down the like and inspire me for the next one. And if you are new to our channel, then subscribe and press the bell. Here I will recommend you c3 or knight to c3. Now let's see this one by one. After c3, knight capture knight on f3, queen capture knight and threatening black checkmate on f7 in the next move. So knight to f6, d4, d6, and now look at the board. Center are controlled by white two pawns, more pieces developed. Now white can castle on the king side, develop the bishop on g5 and pin the knight. Everything is in black's favor, and white can easily dominate the total game. Here if we play knight to c3, then knight capture knight, queen capture knight, and again white is in more preferable position. Central are controlled, more piece developed. But let's go back to move earlier. Here black can play queen to f6. The idea here, after d5, bishop can capture d5. And bishop to g4, sacrificing the rook. And if bishop captures the pawn, then knight capture on f3, g capture f3, and bishop capture f3. Hit on the queen and rook. For this reason, black can play queen to f6. Here we will play knight to d5. Attack on queen and c7 square. Best move here, queen to c6. This is a very good quality move, saving the queen and defending the c7 square. And at the same time, attack the bishop on c4. But now, knight capture on e5, queen to d6. Now we will play f4. And now look at the board. White is in dream position. We are fully dominating the black. Now knight to f6 and now c3, forcing the knight back. Knight to e6 and now d4. Here black can go for b5, but we can't take it because it's a trap. So bishop to b3, bishop to b7, f5, bishop capture on d5, e capture on d5, and knight to c5. And now this is the time for castle. So short castle, knight capture bishop on b3, a capture b3, and queen capture d5. Now rook to e1, king to d8, and now we will play bishop to g5, pinning the knight on f6. Now d6, knight on e5 is very dangerous, so forcing the knight back. But here at first c4, b captures c4, b capture again c4, and queen has no good square here, so queen to b7, and now knight capture on f7 check, king to c8, and knight capture rook on h8, and this position is totally winning for us. But let's see a demo. Here a5, queen to e2, queen to b6, bishop capture knight on f6, g capture f6, and queen to e4, king to b8, and knight to f7. And here nothing is playable for black. If queen capture b2, then rook to b1. If king to a7, then b4. If queen capture, then rook e to b1. So friends, how was the total video? Comment me.